morning. We are going to be in the key of G and the key of E minor. So if you want to use your folk tunes book, we're going to be doing the scales in that order all day today. So it's going to be a scaly sound explorers, which I guess could give you extra advantage as life continues. Let's see. This is not as easily conducive as the other way. So, it's February. I figure the first Sound Explorers of the month will be scales to match the February scales. And then the second Sound Explorers of the month will be something different, unless there's some sort of weird emergency, in which case, like last month, something weird happened. But that's the plan. I'm going to set the metronome for 60, and we'll start on the 1-octave scale side. The first time you pass through the scale, go ahead and do it separate bows, and then the second time, we'll be really simple about it, do it slur 2. Slur 2 on the quarter notes, and that way your bow can be kind of in a half note warm-up arm motion. And I will interrupt us if I have to let anybody else in, otherwise we'll just do that page. G major right into the E natural minor, and then harmonic and melodic. Our quarter note is at 60, if you're curious. Oh, and let me know if you can't hear. That's a good thing too. 2, 3, 4. Everybody's on the right page. On to E minor. 3, 4. Shoulders, E harmonic minor, measure 17, 2, 3, 4. admitting more people to the room here. That looks promising. Yep. Time for a drink of coffee. That's also a good plan. So this is melodic minor on the G major E minor page, the February scale of the month. First time separate bows, second time slur 2 on the quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nicely done. All right, so we're going to move into the 2 octave scales. Bowing is your choice. I will plan to take a repeat on each one and probably give you a moment to breathe as well. So G major 2 octave, page 2, number 33. 3, 4. So E natural minor, if you play the violin, it might be a good scale to practice 4th position shifting. Although if you're not familiar with 4th position, you could do 3rd position and then catch the E with a harmonic at the top. Note 41, E natural minor. Remember the second note will be F sharp. 3, 4. Smoke coming from people's ears. On to harmonic minor. 3, 4. Still checking in here. All right. Melodic minor. 3, 4. Good deal. So I'd like to do the same page again with no repeats and not stopping between the scales. So that we start with G major and just cycle through them all. If you're struggling, then like play the first octave, rest for 2 measures, and play the first octave coming down. That would be a way to handle it. Or try and get all the tonic notes in the next couple notes next to them. So, scale cyclone, 2 octave scales, 3, 4. done. Turn the page. So on the next page, there's an etude in C, or in G, and an etude in E. And part of why they're in here is to get you more used to playing across the strings. So kind of your first go through, playing it in first position is a really good idea. But once it starts to get easy, picking a different position and trying to play it in that position throughout, or as close to that as you can, that you have a better idea of how those notes relate to each other across the strings, is what it's designed to do for you. So I'm hoping we can read through both of them. Let's do them without repeats. So the G major one, it's 4 lines long. 1, 2, 3. Another thing I like about this is if you take the repeat directly, you'll finish on a down bow and you'll start it again on an up bow, which makes all the string crossings happen in a different part of your bow, which is kind of nice. And you can also work on bowings like we did with the scales. So let's go on to the E minor one, and we will take the repeat so you can try that. How does it feel different starting up bow the second time around? 2, 3. So we're going to take a quick look at Sweet Betsy from Pike. And with this one, you want to make sure you start at up bow. And my preference is to start the second verse right after the hold, also up bow. Now it's also, there's no slurs in here, on purpose. So that depending on where you are in your playing, you can decide where the slurs make the most sense. So you can kind of paint with different colors to make it the way you want. Another thing you can possibly do with this one is add some double stops, harmonize some of the things that have been happening so far. There's a lower octave and an upper octave to get you playing all across your instrument, and that could also be an opportunity to work in a position that's less familiar to you, because you'll know the tune by the time you hit the upper octave. So lots of different possible ways to work on this one. We will start with just straight and do start up bow And we'll keep the same quarter notes. One, two. Questions on anything we did so far this morning?
Thank you for writing such a good book.
Well, thank you for the comment.
I had my violin ready to go, and I went to get my book, which I always keep like on a stack, right where if somebody doesn't have theirs, I can pull it up. And my book wasn't there. I looked around, and I'm like, uh-oh, who did I send my book home with? Then I had to get my viola out and get the viola book. I'm missing my violin book.
Well, maybe it's at the bottom of a different stack that it's just hiding.
That was one stack the piano tuner didn't mess with. So
Did not mess with. Okay. Everybody else is shell-shocked here.
I was interested in what you said about the etudes. Oh, someone else is talking. Never mind.
No, it's just you so far.
Okay. The down bow up bow thing, how it reverses itself, which I always have been correcting, making the down bow here and up bow there. That's a great idea. And I started messing around with different positions, and then I started messing around with keep everything on the same string while you do it. So there are a lot of ways. You got my imagination going. There are a lot of ways to do it.
Yeah, it's like paint by number with no numbers inside. You got the outline, and then you can decide what is the most useful thing for you right now in your playing. And, I mean, if right now it's these notes notes are first position and I'm happy, great, but maybe it's but now I can't get to E. E is not in this position. Do I go forward or backwards? Well, then suddenly you're starting to make connections on which notes are on what string and how can I get to it most efficiently. Symphony music, unlike learning to play instrument music, doesn't come with, hey, finger it this way. So being able to start to make some of those connections by yourself is a good tool to have in your pocket. So I've also been reading that belonging to a group can help you live longer. So I wanted to give you guys a moment to belong to the group and chit chat before I turned it down, since the camaraderie is hard to develop on either side of the screen.
Well, I was impressed at the recital on Friday, how wonderful it was to make music with real people right next to you. I felt like we could do anything. It was so much fun. What a huge difference.
No, you wouldn't be able to do it if you weren't planting the garden week after week.
That's true with that piece.
So
I am doing the on the spot song.
Well, I missed Joy today. She had her tooth pulled yesterday.
How did she do?
What, say it again, Linda?
How did she do? Is she okay?
She said she was all right.
Good.
I'm doing all right.
Oh, hi, Joy.
You didn't see my big name right there across the...
Do now.
Well, you know me and computers. I had Kirk set it up for me.
Yeah,
That
I'm
means
doing
you
all
have-
right.
That means you guys have 10 points for being there.
Right.
alrighty. Well, have a great week, everybody.
Thanks, you too.
Guys, have a great
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.